Alien Berserker is a 4-part Dark Horse comic produced in 1995. If you know anything about comics, you'll know that Dark Horse produced some of the best Alien and Predator comic books throughout the 80s and 90s, and this right here is one of them in my opinion. It tells the story of the Nemesis Berserker team, a small group sent out by Weyland Yutani to clean up alien outbreaks. The team consists of 7 members: Pops, the General Commander, Jess, Ground Leader, Pulaski, TP, an ex-con, Laura, the Communications Officer, Ellis, and Max, the faceless man that lives inside the Berserker unit. The first issue serves as an intro mission, getting us to know the crew of the Nemesis somewhat. They are pretty much like the Marines from Aliens. One of them is an ex-con who is only there because he signed up to get time off his prison sentence. I found this interesting and is something that I will expand on later. I like how humans have been fighting Xenos for so long they caught on to things, so in the mission they purposely let TP, the point man, get captured because they know Xenos would rather keep people alive for facehuggers. This will lead them to the Queen so they know where to strike. It's here that we see just how powerful the Berserker suit is, as it completely wipes out an entire nest with its firepower. A man trapped in a mech suit only brought online when a bug hunt occurs. How much of his mind is even left intact? This is horrific itself. While Ripley's power loader was quite something, the Berserker units are true mecha monsters, full to the brim with a weapon loadout that will make Space Marines proud. It is essentially walking death itself. Anything in front of it is going to die. The power fantasy that a mech suit brings is in full effect, but at what cost does it take to be inside such a device? Will your humanity even remain once you step inside? After that quick brief mission, the Nemesis crew's true nightmare will begin when they get ordered to Terminal 949, which has become overrun with xenomorphs. Jess has concerns that this bug hunt might be just too big for them, as the amount of people that were on board the space terminal means a xeno outbreak would be huge. The crew go on board Terminal 949, and it's not long before they are greeted to a crap ton of facehuggers. I mean, there are an overwhelming amount of these things. Laura almost gets taken out by one of them. The crew manages to survive this onslaught and make their way to the terminal command center. Laura manages to fix the internal communications, and we can see the place is completely overrun and there are no survivors, so the Nemesis crew head back to the dropship. Nobody wants to go back on board until more backup arrives, but the company don't want any outside interference, so won't allow it, and basically force the Nemesis crew back on board the space terminal. It seems although the company have other reasons for sending them there. What could that be? Laura and Ellis are the ones that take care of Max. Ellis has no idea why someone would sign up to spend their life in a Berserker suit. Laura questions Ellis's naivety and what lengths the company would put a person through, something they will all soon find out for themselves. Laura has concerns that Max is going to die because he has already been pushed so far, been drugged up so many times. He has reached breaking point, so they should stop the mission. Pops is against this, as he has been given strict orders and says it's worth the risk if Max can pull off one more mission. So they all reluctantly go back on board Terminal 949, knowing that this is basically a suicide run and the chances of them making it out are low. They carry out the plan like they always do, only this time they are forced to send Ellis with Max, as everyone else has extra jobs to do due to lack of manpower. Ellis is a total noob when it comes to weapons and on-field combat. He really doesn't want to be there. It's not part of his job description, as he puts it. The crew go from block to block clearing out Xenos and facehuggers to make a clear path for Ellis and Max. The big problem that they have is that Max is running out of time. If their trump card fails, then they are all dead for sure. Needless to say that a chain of events happen that sends their plan into chaos. We see what it's like to become a pilot of a Berserker, and it's not glamorous at all. It is the true horror here. What do? Jump inside a mech that is going to inject itself directly into your brain, basically turning you into a living zombie, or stay and let yourself get captured by the Xenos, only for the later horror of a chest burster coming out of you. Sometimes horror is the bleak choices we have in dire situations. I won't go too much more into the story, as you can find out the rest for yourself. This is definitely a comic that requires its readers to have previous knowledge about the alien universe, like how the company are a ruthless bunch of jerks, or how as Hive works, etc. Then again, if you aren't already an alien fan from the movies, I'm not sure why you would be reading this in the first place. Alien Berserker has the right blend of action, gore, double crosses and whatnot to keep you hooked all the way through. It gets to the point very quickly. The plot is quite simple, you know the drill. Team gets on board an infested space station, things go wrong and people die, and what survivors there might be are left with scars for life. Very little on character development, but it's enough to keep you interested in the characters. The concept of the Berserker team is the main draw here, the company's own expendable death squads. Just how bad must things be for humans in this timeline if people are signing up to crews like these just to make a living? The artwork is great too, the facehuggers look great, the Xenos too, and of course anytime the Berserker suit is on panel, it's a sight to behold its carnage. The panels and speech bubbles are well directed, you won't miss or skip any dialogue. There's limited use of colours, but it all still works really well. Being both an alien fan and mecha genre enthusiast, this comic ticks all my boxes, and is a fun read. If you're like me, you'll enjoy the ride it takes you on.